Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live. I'm here with Dan Priest again, and it's time for another show, Insurance Talk with Priest Insurance, where we cover different phrases of insurance, the cost, different insurance policies you can have, whether it's golf cart, beach house, boat, RV. And it's every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And so, Dan, thanks for joining us. This can be seen on Roku TV, our Bolivar Live TV on Roku, and Amazon Fire, along with our social media channels. We've been talking about prices on insurance, and everything's going up. Home insurance is going up. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
And your insight on what's happening.
Well, last time we talked a little bit about what's happening in the auto rate market, and today it'd be a good idea to focus a little bit on the home insurance market, and maybe going forward we can kind of dive into that a little bit more. In sort of an overview kind of thing, some of the same things that were affecting auto insurance are also affecting home insurance. And it's cost of building material, cost of labor, the cost of just the frequency of claims has seemed to increase. And all of those things go and serve to drive rate. And so one of the areas I want to focus on right now is Texas windstorm.
Right.
And maybe that's an easy thing, especially on the coast. It's we're all very familiar with that. So Texas windstorm has not chosen to have a rate increase this year. However, there are other factors that affect how much you pay for insurance, and that's how much your house is covered for. Windstorm, what's going on in that particular spot is building costs have increased, and in order for an insurance company to properly pay you for a claim, you have to be insured to value.
Right.
So in the windstorm policy, there is an automatic building increase rider. So while there has not been a rate increase, there has been a substantial increase in building costs. And I think everybody knows that the cost of a 2x4 has gone up. We all know that the cost of labor has gone up, and that affects the cost to rebuild a house, which affects the cost of what what the insurance company has to get to be able to insure you correctly. So what you're finding is, I think beginning in September or October of this year, windstorm, the building cost has increased anywhere from 10 to about 11.5%. So if you had a $300,000 house last year, that policy is going to renew at around $330,000. So what can you do about that? So it's while that endorsement is there and it is an automatic increase on your policy, it does not mean that you have to insure it for that amount. So you can talk to your agent, talk to us, and we can work with that number and possibly bring it back down, maybe not, because you do not want to get into a spot where you're underinsured, because there's other things that can happen if you do that could be very costly, that we can talk about at another show.
A lot of times deductibles have something to do with cost, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And so if there's a $2,500 or a $5,000 deductible, you can change that, or a $10,000 deductible. You can change your deductible, and that will change if your deductible goes up, does your insurance go down? The cost of your insurance typically go down?
Generally. So we do look at deductibles, and in some policies, for example, on the beach, most of our clients have at least a 2% windstorm deductible. However, on the homeowner side, we really typically tend to stay at a 1, simply because the benefit of moving that deductible up doesn't make sense. On a wind policy, generally the benefit from going from a 1% deductible to a 2% deductible is about a 25% decrease in rate.
Okay.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That means you recoup that cost every 4 years. And to go from a 2 to a 3, I don't know exactly what that is, but it's another 15%. So if you can afford and are able to self-insure, maybe take care of the first $5,000 or $10,000 on your own, or 15 or 20, depends on who you are and where and what you're comfortable with, you can significantly reduce your costs if you choose to self-insure a little bit more. But we would rather you know what your out-of-pocket expense could be, then rather than try to fight the cost of the total value and underinsure.
Right.
Okay, if you do that, you could be facing a deductible and a cost that you don't anticipate, which is a problem.
And we talk about this on every show. Every year you need to review your policy. People add little things to their house. They may add a deck, or they may add some new trim inside, French, crown molding or new countertops, and it changes your home value. Also, you need to follow up with your insurance. We talked about this during the Christmas holidays. And so it's good to go through your policy every year, and what better time to do it than right now when it's cold outside. You can't get outside and fish and do all that. Go through your policies, and before you know it, we'll be up into hurricane season again in another 6 months. And you want to make sure you're insured the best way possible for the best price possible. Whether you go to Priest Insurance or talk to your insurance and get different opinions on stuff. As far as from what I see, you want to work with someone that's down here. I've seen a lot of insurance companies come down here and they're not familiar with the coast too. It's sort of like the realtors that come down. They list one place down here, but they're not familiar with the coast and how it all works, and properties and stuff. And so it's good to be familiar with it.
There are more options in how you insure. It's not just, oh, here's the cost and this is how much it is. If you're willing and you want to, there are different ways that you can do things and be right. And you just need to take a look with your agent or with us and talk to them about what your options are, and then you become comfortable and you know what's going to happen in the event of a loss.
Right. Well, if someone wants to get hold of you and have you review their policy and give them your opinion on it, on what you think they ought to do, how can they get hold of you? Well,
go to the website, priestinsuranceenagency.com. Call us at 409-755-7600.
Great. You know, Dan's been working with us down here for over a year now, and I see his girls down here seeing customers, and I've been to their office. They really go the extra mile to make sure the policy's built around your wants and needs, not what they think you need, but what you really need. They ask a lot of questions. They get a lot of information on your home so that they can give you the best policy possible and the best options possible. And it's sort of like a doctor's visit. It's always good to get a second opinion. And Dan's doors are always open. The girls are always willing to help and answer questions. So please give them a holler at priestinsuranceenagency.com. Easy to navigate website. They've got a lot of information on there for you too. So Dan, thanks for joining us. I think we're going to start talking about what windstorm covers, what flood insurance covers, what liability.
We're going to talk a little bit more and kind of get a little deeper about insurance. Like, that's everybody's favorite subject, right? But you need to know what you're doing and have, as David mentioned something about, we listen and give you what you want. Well, we try to within levels that won't hurt you.
Right.
So we will move within the levels that you need to move within, and try to get you insured the best way we can that's comfortable for you.
Great. Well, we'll be back next Monday with another show here talking insurance on the Upper Texas coast. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless. Give Priest Insurance a call and let them work for you. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972 with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.